Well, it seems the tide is finally turning. Many people were screaming for the longest time that a campaign had started on the Forever Canada side, despite the fact Tom Lukasik, as far as I know, is not registered as a third party advertiser. However, the signs were out, the trucks were out, former corrupt mayors were out supporting the movement for Alberta to remain in Canada. The premier was out in full force talking about bringing Doug Ford to the Calgary Stampede to try and promote for Alberta to remain a part of Canada. Things have definitely taken a funnier turn. However, we've come back with amazing pushback. There's almost a resurgence back in the air when it comes to Alberta's vote on October 19th. People had asked forever for signs, for billboards, for advertising. I'm happy to report today, over the weekend in particular, things resurged and people are absolutely thrilled. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We have Rise of the Alberta Army of Independence showing, well, somebody familiar here. Oh, look, it's me yesterday. Now, I went up to Red Deer yesterday morning and met with Mr. and Mrs. Al Burton right before their slow roll. They drove up to Red Deer to meet me halfway and give me what signs they had left from Corey Morgan's third-party advertiser to start distributing them amongst the Edmonton area. Now, I felt when it comes to the slow rolls that happen, this one goes out of Atchison, just outside of Edmonton, just west of Edmonton, every Sunday. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go meet them on the way back and distribute the signs with them. They're out there every weekend waving their flags. They should be the first people to receive their signs. So here's the footage yesterday, hanging out just before the slow roll started. It was almost like Christmas for these folks. They were so happy to see these signs. It was an absolutely amazing experience to come out and hand out these signs for everybody. And they took what signs were left to distribute after the slow roll to those who they were meeting up with in Edmonton. Now, as this wrapped up, more came down the pipe. Corey Morgan has again pushed his funds towards ads, towards getting campaigns out. This is one of his newest ads that surfaced on X. I'm assuming he's putting it on all social media platforms. Take a look at what Corey's doing with the donations his third-party advertiser has received.
Canada, we need to talk. We've been together since 1905, but lately I've been feeling, well, less than happy with our arrangement. I'm feeling like we aren't exactly equals. I certainly don't have any say in where we are going. It seems I am paying the bills while you are out foolishly spending the money. You want to make all the decisions and just expect me to go along with them. And when I need something, you expect me to beg for it. Let's face it, Canada, you've changed, and I think it's over between us.
Absolutely amazing. Now, Pathway to Independence, is Corey Morgan's third-party advertiser that he's running. Jason Levine has started one at thelevineshow.com. You can go to CoreyMorgan.com. You can donate to the advertising efforts going on there. I know Jason wants to start getting lawn signs for those in central and northern Alberta, and I know he's talking about a billboard in Edmonton across from the legislature grounds as well as others. So this is where I told people on our show last week, if you want to donate to the third-party advertisers and you live in Alberta, you must live in Alberta, you can head over to either CoreyMorgan.com or you can head over to thelevineshow.com and you can make your donations there. Amazing effort being done so far by Corey Morgan. Keep in mind, this was just after we had all of the content creators on the show just over a week ago when we talked about what is it we can do to start spreading influence and getting the message out for a campaign on October 19th. What you have to remember about this whole process is that during the signature collection campaign, Alberta Prosperity Project became Stay Free Alberta. And there was just the one organization because the signature collection had to be done by one sole entity. Now that we're in campaign season, anybody can become a third-party advertiser, which also opens up the gates to the $600,000 limits that each advertiser can carry. Rebel News has since joined the fray. We've seen, and they were the first, by the way. We've got Corey Morgan, we've got Jason Levine, we have others setting up third-party advertisers, all in the name of making sure the message gets out to that soft middle ground. And boy, has it hit hard. We've got Corey Morgan showing here just how, like, his factory or printer getting all the signs prepared. Thousands more are coming, folks. For those who are in the Edmonton area saying, well, hey, Fringe, I need a sign. I want a sign. Corey has assured me that July 1st at the Whistle Stop, he's bringing a very hefty supply. I will be bringing it back to the region, and I will be letting everybody know where they can come get their signs in just a couple of weeks. So hang in there. Signs are coming, unless, of course, they come from another third-party advertiser before then, and I will let you know when those arrive. There's been a little controversy about these signs. I'm not going to say everything's been smooth sailing. Mike Freedom Honey posts out, one of the things Corey Morgan did was he put up a billboard in the town of Taber, Alberta. Now, when I first saw this, I said, hey, look, we got to work on the cities. We can't be focusing on small towns. The small towns have already decided pretty much where they stand when it comes to the October 19th vote. What we have to do is hit that soft middle ground. However, it's turned into not only just a meme, but it's exploded and gotten a ton of free press. News media outlets are covering it. The town is raging. Of course, we all know the Forever Canadian people lose their minds that they should be allowed to go out and campaign. They should be allowed to have venues. They should be allowed to have Tom Lacasik's creepy truck driving around advertising to stay in Canada. But if anybody on the other side wants to do anything, well, shut it down. Shut them all down. Don't let them do anything. Mike Freedom Honey posting out, the Forever Canadian people are completely insane. And I agree. Imagine calling for boycotting an entire area of multi-generational farmers because you're upset a private company ran a privately purchased non-offensive ad in the nearest town. It's important to mention the people who own this billboard are not with the town. It's privately owned, and they have the right to take ad dollars how they see fit. It's absolutely hilarious to me. He said, these are the same people who were calling the cops on you during COVID because they saw an unfamiliar car in your driveway. Like Gad Sad said, the human mind is currently under siege by a series of collective delusions that are destroying our capacity for rational thought. I couldn't agree more. Every attack they do, just dig your heels in more and push back harder. A free Alberta is the way. Long live the new Alberta Republic. Now, I couldn't back what Mike's saying even harder than what he already is. He makes a very good point. Dig your heels in and push back harder. And boy, did Corey ever do that. You can see the tweet here. Apparently, the mayor of Taber and their city council approved this billboard. I will be buying my corn from British Columbia's vendors this summer instead. Hashtag up your cornhole pro-cop. So, for those who were watching the channel from outside Alberta or don't know about Taber, Taber is infamous for its amazing corn. And people saying, well, I'm going to go to British Columbia and get their corn. Well, it's like saying, I got the opportunity to drive a Rolls Royce, but I'm going to go get a Mazda instead. It's nobody's going to boycott this. Nobody's going to stop. In fact, their sales will probably be just the same, if not greater than they were last year. I know all the independence-minded people have said, let's start supporting Taber. It started a bit of a movement. You can see Corey Morgan here. In response to the demand from the town of Taber to take down our legal paid ad on a digital billboard, we've now purchased ad space on a second billboard in Taber. Will the fools on town council back off, or shall we get a third one in Taber? There it is right there. Now, what's funny about this, the town of Taber said, hey, this isn't us. Hey, don't get mad at us. Hey, we're pro-Canada. We don't want any part of this. We don't want any part of politics. Third-party advertiser. You have the right to buy ad space. I can't believe this is where we are, folks. The sign distribution did pick up. It wasn't just small towns. We do have to show over the weekend. Amazing as Corey Morgan basically depleted his stock of all the signs that he had. Again, I only got a small handful from Mr. and Mrs. Al Burton, but take a look here at what happened over the weekend with Corey Morgan. Now, if we head over to good old YouTube, here's John Bolton's video that he put out Saturday evening / Sunday morning. I believe it was Sunday morning, actually, where he was showing his venture to the Auburn Bay Dog Walk Park in southeast Calgary, where Corey Morgan was handing out signs. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Al Burton were up in the north handing out signs as well. I believe it was over 500 signs that were distributed in total, or maybe it was 500 each. I can't really remember, but it was a very large amount of signs that were distributed. They went fast, and even John Bolton himself says at the end of his video he forgot to grab one of his own. Luckily, Mr. and Mrs. Albertan came by, I believe it was around 1:30 in the morning, and dropped off John Bolton's sign. But take a look in the dog park here. This is when Cory Morgan first arrived. You had people waiting for signs. There's one of our viewers there standing wearing the I Support Alberta Independence shirt, and on the back, the 10 reasons Canada. You can see it right here as they're giving out signs. They've ordered it in the blue Alberta color. I want to just highlight for a second here, folks, just because there's only 2 days left, we're not taking any profits from these shirts. All proceeds are going to be donated to the referendum effort. Only 2 days left, 20% off of everything in the store. You have to go and click this little redeem button when you're in the store in order to get the discount when you head out through the till. But of course, the Alberta First Send the Message shirts are on sale. Again, the 10 reasons that Alberta would benefit from leaving Canada on the back. This is a conversation piece. This is getting people talking. It's getting people interested in what's going on in Alberta. I've been told by people standing at coffee shops, etc. People are actually asking questions. They're talking about it. Hit the shop button down below. There is a link in the description. Go and grab your shirts now and save some money, please. Anytime you can save money is a good thing, but you become a walking billboard, just like Cory Morgan's billboard, around the town you live in, or if you're in the cities where it's most important, where people can start having the discussions that are necessary. But as you can see here, the handout of signs continued all day long. People were picking up their signs from all over the place. You can see here many more getting their signs and quite satisfied with getting the right to choose independence in Alberta, or at least choose to send a message to Ottawa on October 19th. I think it's absolutely fabulous. A huge shout out to John Bolton for going and covering that. But folks, the meme has grown to exponential heights, and we need to highlight that here on the channel. A music video has been put out about the billboard on Highway 3. This is why we know how to advertise, and the left are losing their minds. All over social media, they're upset, they're angry, because this is how we gain momentum. I've said a million times over, the left can't meme. And it's very apparent by how angry they get anytime we do anything. It sends the message that we're not going to be trifled with. I think Tom Lukaszik's got a real problem on his hands. Take a look at, I'm going to show you part of the video, and because we don't want to steal all their work from them, but it really highlights where the meme has gone from here when it comes to Tabor and their infamous corn. Here we go.
Well, they put up a sign just off Highway 3, right in the heart of corn country. Said send Ottawa a message, choose Alberta. And the whole dang internet lost its mind immediately. The town said, hold on now, don't look at us. We just leased the sign, we don't want the fuss. Bob from down the road said he don't really agree. But Cory said, political speech is free. Oh, it's just a billboard, baby, standing tall on the flattest, finest stretch of land you ever saw. You can try to boycott corn, but you'll regret that choice when you're eating tasteless cobs and Tabor's lost its voice. So raise a cob to Cory and the great Alberta plain. That billboard's got more sense than Ottawa's brain.
It's absolutely hilarious. Now, keep in mind, we only showed you 1 minute of this. This goes on for almost 4 minutes on the YouTube channel. It's from a channel called Prairie Fire Songs. You're going to want to go and check it out. It's absolutely hilarious. The corn memes have become a part of the campaigning process, folks. This is, again, how we get down in Alberta. Good old Western heritage with the country music, everything. And the song was, considering that it's AI, very well done. But this is just a taste of how we're going to get the momentum moving, how it's so important to hit home that all of these third-party advertisers are not just one group. It's not just one group that's limited to where you can spread your money. This is, again, where I've said I'm not going to tell anybody where to put their money. Put your money, if you're going to donate, if you're in Alberta, where you feel it's going to go the furthest to benefit your needs in the Alberta campaign for the vote on October 19th. It's important that you remember you must live in Alberta in order to contribute. And if it's over $50, you have to fill out a form online. They have to issue you a receipt. It's all part of the tracking process. And you know that Elections Alberta is going to be keeping a very firm eye on it. And we have to make sure we're diligent, despite the fact that those like Tom Lakasic, again, could be interfering in those rules by not being a registered third party. At least that's what I've been told. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're in Alberta, are you going to be picking up one of the Send a Message shirts, or have you already, and have you heard a good response? Do you agree with Corey Morgan's ads, and what do you think about the viral campaign that now mainstream outlets like CTV and Global are complaining about with the town of Tabor giving us free press? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Please make sure to join us tonight and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on the channel for all of our amazing live shows as we talk with our incredible co-hosts about everything going on in Alberta, everything going on in Canadian politics and around the world. I always look forward to chatting with you guys outside of making these videos, and that all starts tonight and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central here on the channel. If you want to donate, you can head over to CoreyMorgan.com. You can head over to the LevineShow.com. Again, two really great campaigns. I'm going to highlight the Levine Show at another date. But again, their campaigns are in full swing and they're both doing similar things. Great places to put your money if you want to, folks. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day.